Yes, it's that time of the year. You know what it is? It's Gyan time. Today we're going to be talking about 5 common mistakes people do while building their own PCs. Mistake number 1. More cores is amazing, right? Right? Wrong. Absolutely not. To illustrate this example, let me just relate to you a personal story. It's not exactly a personal story, it's a business story because it actually happened with us. So, picture this boy, 12, 13-year-old kid, let's call him Bablu. Now, Bablu wanted state-of-the-art PC, which can run amazing on gaming. But Bablu thinks that buying the most expensive shit is the best way to go. Now, Bablu came to us since he wanted state-of-the-art, liquid cooling, सब कुछ बढ़िया होना चाहिए. He thought, let's go to MVP.in. Good choice, I must say. So, Bablu comes to us and Bablu says, Sir, we want a supremely amazing gaming PC. He said, okay, we gave him a suggested config. He's like, no, I don't want this. Threadripper चाहिए मुझे. So we suggest something to Bablu and he's like, no, I want Threadripper. So Bablu, Threadripper नहीं लेना है हमको. No, I want Threadripper again. And he said, उसमें नहीं चलेगा, आपको जो करना है, आप गेम खेलने वाले हो, मत लो Threadripper. Then Bablu's father is like, don't pay लोग यार. जो Bablu को चाहिए, Bablu को दे दो. We're like, okay, fine. And then we made this PC. By the way, the video of that PC is pretty killer. You should see it. Amazing. One of the good videos that we shot. Do comment if you want to see more videos like that. So yeah, we made that amazing build with Titan, 128GB RAM and a Threadripper. By no means a bad PC, by the way, but bad for the use case the kid had, which was, guess what, Fortnite. The PC goes to his house and then he gets lower FPS than his friends. And naturally his friends start making fun of him. He's like, "Du itne lakh ka PC liya, tera FPS nahi aa raha hai." And then Bablu got frustrated. And then Bablu's dad got frustrated. And Bablu's dad comes to us and like, what the hell do you guys do? He said, हमने आपको पहले ही बोला था कि Threadripper नहीं लेते gaming के लिए. And then, since we love our customers and customers are kings, always, we rebuilt his PC. And the video for that is also here. Do check it out. इसका भी बहुत मस्त video बना था. And now Bablu was happy. Moral of the story, listen to MVP for spec. Don't put your brain behind it. Don't be Bablu. So the thing is, it's not like the first build we made for Bablu is wrong, but it's not meant for gaming. It's meant for something else. That much VRAM, that amazing graphic card is good, but not for gaming. The processor, absolutely not for gaming. So never ever think that having higher core processor gives you better gaming performance. For example, 9800X 3D is sort of the benchmark for all gaming processors right now. Everybody benchmarks on 9800X 3D now. Guess how many cores it has? I rest my case. Now number 2 is buying overkill graphic cards. Yeah, like that meme कि पापा पढ़ाई के लिए 5090 ज़रूरी होता है. Actually नहीं होता है. You do not need a 5090. Now don't get me wrong. We ship a lot of 5090 builds every month. But guess what's common in 90% of the people getting 5090? They're actually not gaming. No game realistically asks you for 24GB of VRAM. Absolutely doesn't. And the people who are buying a 5090 are buying it because they're using it for work, which means they're using it for something which is generating them money. Yeah. So don't push your dad into buying a 5090. But all dads are going to like this channel now, right? For example, even if you're gaming at 4K, right? Even if you're gaming at 4K, you probably do not need anything more than a 5080. फिर DLSS 4 भी है, frame generation भी है. You're easily getting 100 plus FPS on a 5080, which is about 1 lakh cheaper. Then why would you even ask for a 5090? Should I be saying this? अपना sale कम हो जाएगा ना? Like my general advice to anybody buying a PC, if even for 4K, yeah, I know this is a bit of stretch. 5070 Ti is fine for 2K 4K. You may not get 200 FPS, but hey, who has 200 FPS 4K monitors anyway? 400 Hz के monitor किसके पास है? 200 Hz monitor किसके पास है या नहीं? अगर 5090 और 5080 का डिफरेंस निकाल लो, 1 लाख के डिफरेंस में, you will get a high refresh 4K. Yes. Can be even be OLED. 2K OLED ले लो. क्यों लेना है 5090? But ठीक है, आपके पास उतने पैसे है तो ले लो. No problem. So long story short, so you're saying, Musa bhai, don't buy 5090. It's a shit card. No, I'm not saying that. But मेरे पास पैसा है, I can afford it. So should I not buy it? Again, I'm not saying. आपके तो बहुत ज़्यादा पैसा है तो ले लो यार, कोई रोक नहीं रहा है. पैसा है आपकी, मर्जी आपकी. But you're probably okay with something over 5080. जितना बजट आपका बचेगा, get a better SSD, get a better 4K monitor, and so on and so forth. Think carefully about your monitor choice when drawing a spec. A lot of people make this mistake, end up buying overkill processors, overkill graphic cards, but who actually end up skimping out on the good stuff, on the faster SSD, on the better case, on the better monitor. This is something you don't want to do. Which brings me to the next point. Before we get to the next point, keep at least a 2K high refresh monitor for anything 5060 and above. Get at least a 4K high refresh monitor for anything 5080 and above. So yeah, next up. I mean, the rant on monitor for me is crazy because all monitor brands actually suck at marketing. कौन सा lineup, कौन सा यूजर के लिए इंटेंडेड है, वो लोग मार्केटिंग के थ्रू भी नहीं बता पा रहे. इनके मॉडल नंबर देख लो ब्रो, LS समथिंग समथिंग समथिंग. हाँ, समझ गया मैं कौन सा है. PD32
समझ गया मैं कौन सा है.
ब्रो, like how will I ever know that ये डिजाइनर का मॉनिटर है? Oh no sir, PD means designer. How do I know? How do I know? At least we know because we see them every day and we suggest it to other different people every day. But a regular customer is never going to say. लोग समझते हैं फिर नहीं IPS बेस्ट. नहीं, IPS बेस्ट नहीं होता है. No, TN is very bad. No, TN is good for specific use cases. TN panels are cheap and fast. So in a setup where you're looking at e-sport, जहाँ पे 300 plus FPS चाहिए, TN panels will be the cheapest to get highest refresh. We did an entire video about this by the way, monitor selection guide. Definitely check it out. कर लो checkout. कर लो, अभी जाओ. Pause करके, नहीं जाने वाला है. But वो वीडियो पे 25,000 व्यूज के ऊपर है by the way. That's a high performing video. You should make more videos like that. If you want more videos like that, please comment bro. Please comment. Like आजकल monitor में नए technology आ गए. Like when people are buying monitors, they're probably not looking at stuff like local array dimming. आपके स्क्रीन पे अगर pure black area आ गया, उसके पिक्सल बंद कर देगा. That's crazy. That's a TV level feature. Samsung has monitors like that. OLEDs are exactly that too. Yeah, it's an OLED feature. It's coming in mini LEDs also. तो वो मॉनिटर महंगा है तो वो कोई रीजन से महंगा है. वो जो 1 लाख बच रहे हैं आपका 5090 नहीं लेके इसमें डालो भाई, इसमें डालो. मत लो वो चिंदी मॉनिटर्स. एंड में 1080p फायदा ही क्या हुआ? 5080 पे 1080p लगा के यूज कर रहे हो भाई. एंड द लास्ट 2 points, cheaping out on 2 specific components, SSD and TSD. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Now you are going to say Musa bhai, ये SSD 11,000 का है और ये 14,000 का है, दोनों 7000 MB/s दे रहे हैं, तो मैं ये क्यों लूँ? गुड क्वेश्चन. इमेजिन दिस सिनेरियो. आप SSD लेके 2 साल हो गए, उसमें बहुत सारा आपका सेंसिटिव डेटा है. वन फाइन डे वो उड़ गया. That's exactly what happens with the cheaper SSDs. The cheaper SSDs are cheap because they use lower end variants of the memory chip. It's true. We can actually show you with RMA data the so-called cheaper SSDs actually fail a whole lot more. The higher end ones, 2 brands we definitely recommend are Samsung and WD, they fail less than 0.5% of the time. But the other SSDs, they fail a whopping 5 to 6% of times. Anytime after 1 year, what the hell are you gonna do? Maybe even after 6 months, what are you gonna do? And SSD में data recovery भी नहीं होता है. Imagine sensitive data just being wiped. You may get that replacement, saving $2,000-3,000, but what about that data? क्या करोगे उसका? Which brings me to the next thing. क्या करोगे अगर GPU जल जाए? 2 लाख का GPU, 1 लाख का GPU, and you're like, oh 750 watt सेम है ना, ये सस्ता पड़ रहा है. नहीं, वो सस्ता क्यों है? क्योंकि उसकी कंपोनेंट सब स्टैंडर्ड है, क्योंकि उसकी एफिशिएंसी रेटिंग कम है, उसमें इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल ज़्यादा आएगा आपको, उसका केबल का गेज कम रहेगा. 2.3.1 and not 2.3.1 भी is a thing, you know that. एक सेंसिंग केबल होता 3.1 का जो कनेक्टर रहता हाई पावर, उसमें एक सेंसिंग केबल रहता. हायर एंड सप्लाईज में वो सेंसिंग केबल रहता, लोअर एंड में सिर्फ कनेक्टर वैसा बना के डाल दे रहे. 3.1 compatibility, सस्ता. Don't do that. Don't cheap out on this stuff. Absolutely don't. In fact, go for a slightly higher end power supply ताकि आगे के टाइम पे 6060 Ti, 6070 Ti भी लग जाए आपके सिस्टम में. And finally, don't cheap out on the case as well. Like this is kind of the 6th point, but don't cheap out on the case. Like doesn't make sense. You're buying i7, Ryzen 7, 5080, 5090, and then you're putting it in. ब्रांड का नाम नहीं लेना चाहता हूँ मैं, but yeah, मेरे पीछे पुलिस लगा देंगे ब्रो, ये absolutely पुलिस लगा देंगे. And the final thing, do not buy pre-builds from DHL. Who is DHL, you ask? I'm not gonna say. We'll just blur out their logos and you can understand. I'll quickly run through this because this really in effect deserves a full video on its own. They have cheaped out power supplies. They have non-standard connectors. They have no space for upgrades or sell you expensive upgrades. They artificially restrict your BIOS, downclock your CPU, give you expensive RAM and expensive storage as an upgrade. For example, the same quality RAM if costs 11,000, these guys will give you at 25,000. And trust me, sketchy after sales service is a real thing, even for DHL. The amount of people we help out after sales for these brands, oh my god, deserves a video on its own. And इसी के साथ, thank you for bearing through this rant of an old man video. But I think you learned something today, right? It's not to buy from DHL. Buy from TheMVP.in. Thank you for watching. See you next time.